This is Poland Today, and I'm Luke Wilski. Our first story is from Ukraine. Protests in Kiev and in other Ukrainian cities continue. They started last year in November when President Yanukovych changed his mind about signing an association agreement with the European Union. Many Ukrainians were angry about his decision to cool down relations with the West and strengthen them with Russia. Many Ukrainians were also angry about the continued imprisonment of former Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko. Another matter which is bothering some Ukrainians is the power of so-called oligarchs in the country, and some say the key problem in Ukraine is corruption and a great inequality of living standards. However, the protesters do not have a united leadership, and someone compared revolutions without leaders to cars going down a hill without brakes. No one knows where they will end up. There is also a serious concern about a group of people rebelling against a democratically elected parliament and president, as is the case in Ukraine. Is this good for the idea of true democracy? And now for some news from Poland. In Poland, a great national controversy and political row is caused by the prospect of releasing from prison a man called Trynkiewicz, who 25 years ago murdered 4 boys. In 1988, he was sentenced to death, but as a result of amnesty in 1989, the sentence was commuted to 25 years in prison. Many believe that the sentence should have been changed to life imprisonment, because now, after serving 25 years, according to the law, Trynkiewicz should be given freedom, although, according to the psychologist, he remains highly dangerous and is likely to kill again. Various legal experts quarrel over what is more important, respecting the letter of the law and the rights of a monstrous criminal, or the safety of children. The politicians of various parties blame each other for either introducing or not introducing certain laws. However, most probably, in a few weeks, Trynkiewicz will end up in a special unit where he will be detained for an indefinite period of psychological treatment. And now for some sports news. The Winter Olympics in Sochi are about to start, and we all wonder which Polish sportsmen and sportswomen have a chance of a medal. Justyna Kowalczyk, who seemed very well prepared for Olympics, has just announced that she has injured her foot in a competition in Sweden. She has even posted the photograph of her swollen leg on Facebook. Nevertheless, we believe in Justyna and her foot. Do get well soon, Justyna. The hopes of Poles are also with the team of our ski jumpers. Our great star Adam Małysz has abandoned the sport and now prefers to drive a car in the Dakar Rally in Argentina. But recent results of our new young skiers show that they are likely to win medals in the Winter Olympics. And now for the weather. The great snows are coming. Tomorrow it will snow heavily all over Poland, and it is expected that there will be serious disruptions of all public transport. The supply of electricity is also likely to be disrupted in many parts of the country, especially in rural areas. Motorists are advised to avoid any unnecessary journeys. The access of wild animals to food will be made very difficult, but the forestry and wildlife authorities have prepared special feeding places for animals. On the bright side, our country will look beautiful, all covered in sparkling snow, the day after tomorrow, as we are forecasting lots of sun for the day. Children and winter sports enthusiasts will have a fine day. And now for some celebrity news. Frank Sinatra is making a comeback on the 15th anniversary of the great crooner's death. Universal Music are publishing a CD entitled Sinatra of Love. On this occasion, the music journalists are reminding us of various episodes from the singer's life. He was originally engaged as a singer by an award-winning band, mainly because he had a car and he could drive them to concerts. It soon turned out that he was the main attraction at these concerts. It is also interesting that Sinatra was the first American singer who was singing not only for adult audiences. He became an idol of the young, and teenage girls were fainting at his concerts. The stories of his connections with the mafia also make interesting reading, but what really remains is his wonderful voice, gentle and very manly at the same time. We want to tell you now about an interesting survey carried out by a pupil of one of the gymnasia in Warsaw. He asked his colleagues about their plans for the future. It turned out that all of them except one wanted to go to the Lyceum, as all of them except one intended to study at universities. It is remarkable that their university plans were restricted to 3 subjects. 40% wanted to study psychology, 35% sociology, and 25% management. What is going to happen with more down-to-earth professions? That one young man who had different plans apparently declared that he intended to chill out in the future and that any work, including schoolwork, is just for fools. Our young researcher wonders how happy or unhappy his exceptional colleague will be when he hits middle age. And that's all for tonight. It's been a pleasure. I'm Luke Wilski, and good night.